We have gotten the opportunity to check out yet another watch from the brand of Anders & Co, a Swedish-based watch brand that actually comes from the city of Gothenburg. And the founder, I know that he lives on one of the islands outside of Gothenburg, a really beautiful place. I visited it before, and I can sure think that that is a place where you can find a lot of inspiration from when designing watches, because I think we have a real banger here in this case. As I said before, we have tried this brand before. We tried the AC1 in Matcha Green that is on the top left here, but now we're checking out the second version that they've just launched. And inside this neat little leather case, we have the watch. And the watch is called AC2 Volcan, and we have tried the specific version that has the bronze case and the jade-green dial. The AC2 is 37 millimeters in diameter, but I mean, this is a square watch, so these diameters are quite tricky to measure. But the thickness is 5.65 millimeters, so this is a really thin watch. The lug width is 20 millimeters. We got a Miura movement inside, and this case is solid bronze and also steel on the back, but there comes a version that is only solid steel, so you can choose if you want to have bronze or steel. I personally like bronze because I think it's cool, and it's going to be really fun how this contrast between the bronze case and the jade green dial is going to grow even stronger when the case ages by time. And I already seen it age slightly, even though I just had it for like a week or something like that. But I mean, the main thing about this watch is the dial. I mean, the dial is made out of jade stone. There's gonna be 5 different versions of this AC2, and 4 of them have different stone dials. I mean, stone dials is extremely popular nowadays, and I just love it. I wanted to try the green one because I think the contrast, as I said before, is really nice. This watch will set you back around 700 US dollars, which is 6,700 Swedish crowns. And I think this is a lot of bang for the buck for a watch that has stone dial, a bronze case, and also is looking this nice. And setting the time is super straightforward because it's just a time only watch, and I think that's quite nice. It gives a really relaxed approach. One of the features that I do really like a lot, and you can see in this angle, is how the hour hand and the minute hand is polished and brushed, because the centerpiece is brushed and the edges of it is polished, and that makes it quite easy to actually read the time and see the hands. But it also creates this contrast that sometimes you can see that it's dark and sometimes it's really shiny. Also, the indexes are very visible because they are quite shiny. They give me this kind of Grand Seiko vibe, even though, I mean, it's far from Grand Seiko, but so is the price. So I do think they really is nice because they're very visible. And this is how this 37mm AC2 looks on my 16.5 centimeter wrist. I mean, I think it fits quite nice. It is definitely not a small squared watch, but I think that just makes it has a lot of presence. And because of how super thin it is, it wears so comfortable. I wore it a lot to shirts, which I think is really nice. So that is a huge hit. The strap is an upgrade from the previous version, I think, because it's slightly thinner and a little bit harder. Yeah, it takes a little bit of time to get it comfortable on the wrist, but when it is comfortable, it is really comfortable and it feels very solid. So I think that is a big upgrade from the AC1. And removing the strap is really straightforward. And I think since it's 20mm between the lugs, I think this watch could be tried on a lot of different straps. I haven't tried so many yet, but I will for sure because I have a lot of leather straps. There are 20mm, and it's going to be quite easy to remove and join the buckle because we want to keep the bronze buckle because that's quite nice. When you look at the crown here, actually you can see the small, very neat and quite almost hidden logo. First I didn't see it, but it is actually the Anders & Co logo there on the crown as well. And for those of you who were observant, we have another leather case just laying around in the back. And that is actually a very similar watch, but has quite a different appearance, because this is the AC2 Volcan, but with another dial. This is the Tiger Eye Dial. When I saw the pictures first, I thought that this was the coolest one. And I don't know if I still do. Please let us know in the comments which one you think is coolest. But I do think they have very different approaches. I think this one plays a little bit more with the light, and you can see here how the Tiger Eye stone really reflects different in different lights, and that is just something to me that makes a watch really interesting. Sometimes it looks completely light brown, sometimes it looks dark brown, sometimes it even looks stripy, and that's really interesting, I think. Having them beside each other, I think they have different approaches. I think the Tiger Eye is more of a dressy watch versus the Jade version feels more sporty to me. And I do like the contrast between the bronze case and the Jade dial, as I said before. So I think they have different pros and cons, these watches. Jade one, more sporty, Tiger Eye, maybe more dressy. But as I said before, we tried the AC1 before and I wanted to go into that, but check out our full review on that one if you click the button on top here. I think this is also a really nice chronograph, clean slate on the back. I do love the indexes that are applied, and also they're kind of matte black, which is nice. I do think these watches are very different, but I think the AC2 is definitely an upgrade. We got a better strap, a cooler case, more unique case, and of course, I mean, the stone dials are just something else. That's something really popular and I really dig it. It's a huge pleasure to follow a brand and see what they create from the first watch to the second, and here is how they look on my 16.5cm wrist. This is the AC1 in Matcha Green, the chronograph from the start, and then we have the AC2 Volcan with a jade dial and a bronze case, and third of all, we have also tried the AC2 Volcan, but this one has a Tiger Eye dial and also a bronze case. Three actually quite different watches, but really beautiful in their own way. Let us know which one is your favorite. So here how they look beside each other. I hope you liked what you've seen. A huge thank for Anders & Co for letting us try your watches again, and I can't wait to follow up on your brand. What you're gonna do more with AC2, and also potentially in the future how the AC3 would look like. Thank you guys for watching, and make sure to give us a thumbs up if you liked what you've seen.